Hey guys, so this video is about researching problems on a specific aspect in physical education, coaching, administration, or fitness athletic training. In this case, this problem or issue will be focused more on physical education in the public realm, public schools. Um, I haven't researched this problem. I haven't Googled it. I don't even know if this is going to work for an essay or anything. This is just for the fact that this post I'm doing, and I might need to change it. But this is just basically from what I've observed thus far in my student teaching and in my past observations. And basically, the topic is students students are not active long enough in a PE period. They're not doing enough activities in a period. Not every period, but a lot of periods I've seen, a lot of time is wasted. I've noticed it does not seem like students um, are just doing as much as they could in a period. Like I know there's not that much time in a period, and like there's protocol that needs to be done, like dressing out, taking a roll, but some periods I've noticed uh, where I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous when it comes to viewing how long a student is totally active. This is not just there's not much time in PE, and when you factor in dressing out, roll, walking to the site, to the activity, preparing, explaining everything, I think there are some ways from what I've seen that can be cut down so students can have more time to be active. The biggest thing I have seen um, so far in the few schools I've been at is how long students take on dressing out. Uh, then they usually walk on the perimeter of the basketball courts and they wait on the numbers. It takes students a while to dress out. I get that, but hopefully maybe there's a way to cut that down, or reduce that time, or make them have some penalties for being longer, or just do it quicker. If you can't do that, fine. But there's the other thing: walking on the perimeter of the basketball courts. At first, I thought, oh, this is so cool. Like students aren't just sitting on their numbers and um, waiting for nothing. Just staring at the ceiling, talking to their friends, basically getting no activity. They're walking, they're doing something while they're waiting for their other students, and like that's cool. But however, from what I've seen, the PE teachers around me that I worked with, that I observed, while they're walking on their numbers, while all the students are done dressing out, they just let them continue to walk and walk and walk, and they just group up, and the teachers talk to each other. I don't know about what. I'm not usually not. I'm patrolling in my corner, making sure they're walking, and I don't know. It's just that time adds up. Like I think that should be cut down, and I'm sure not all schools have students do that, and that's great. But for me, I see this as an issue. Um, uh, let's see. Stretching, the stretching thing. I think stretching is important. It should be emphasized. It should be taught early because it's stretching. You need to stretch. Maybe sometimes it goes a little too long. Maybe there's too much time doing jumping jacks or doing certain activities or certain warm-ups that not all the students are doing. I don't know. There's just certain activities that the warm-up should be reduced or even cut out altogether. And there would be certain I also think classes are far too big, and more EP teachers should be hired. I've seen some classrooms as big as 60 students. Sometimes only a couple of students can participate in a specific drill due to supervision, and that means less time for the others to be active. And then the whole thing where all the classes are in the gym at once. I mean, forget it. Like the student's only usually active for a couple of moments because the rest of the time he's sitting on the bench, on the stands. And like I understand, like you have to work with what you got, and it's idea. But in a perfect world, maybe we can get another gym, a bigger gym. I don't know, another option than inside the gym where not all the students have to wait around and do only a minute or less of their activity. Um, let's see. Like and like why maybe hire more teachers? more PE teachers, so classrooms are less, and the students have more time to do an activity instead of waiting in line. I don't know. Like I'm sure money and is all funds is obviously the issue, but in an ideal perfect world, that could fix the issue and give students more time to be active because that's the goal, right? We want our students to be active longer. And in terms of our book, chapter 2 recommends a guideline for research. Uh, it says to research a guideline for research as number 4 suggests to choose a topic that intrigues and motivates me. So I chose this topic because as a current student teacher, I find it frustrating thus far on so much time wasting I've seen, which could be eliminated. I just want students to spend more time playing the actual sport or the actual drill or activity or whatever it is, learning and practicing skills instead of waiting, watching, walking, that kind of thing. And yeah, like I don't know. Like I said, I don't know where I'm going with this topic. I'm gonna do some more research and see if I see if I'm not the only one. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure there are some schools where this isn't an issue at all. Like they time is perfect. Like students get dressed fast, their the activity happens, they don't walk, and maybe it's also just from what I've seen so far because it's hot. So every period they're in the gym. There's 4 classes and there's 300 students and everybody's waiting and they're only doing. And so maybe when we start doing more stuff where it's individual classrooms, more kids will be more active. So I don't know. But at the moment, this is a problem that I've seen and I don't like it. And